My RuneScape is booting up. It is chaos today. It is chaos. I apologize right off the bat for everyone listening to this recording, and especially you, Callum, for being a real trooper and coming on extremely early your time. It is 5 a.m. for Callum, our guest today, and I was under the impression that we would be starting a little bit late, but Callum showed up early, and now I am the fool. So we're here. We are going to talk anyways. We're going to shoot the shit. Is caffeinated as ever. So is Jason. Jason, I believe you were up late as well.
I had a long night last night.
Oh boy,
kiddo wouldn't go to bed. So yeah, we're this is a caffeinated crew today. So everybody drink up.
We got the caffeinated crew. Hell yeah. Yeah. What? How are you doing today, Callum? I'm so sorry.
So half functioning. I got up at 10 to 5.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I was in the 4 a.m. territory. I'm now reporting from my kitchen because nothing's set up in my new house. I just moved house, so everything's everywhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And that's my life right now. That's me.
So what are you doing in life now? Did you got a new job, or are you getting more into the
life?
Yeah, what are you doing with life now? Life.
What is
life? What is life? This is where we ask the hard.
What are you talking about? What am I doing? So I work full time in video film production.
Oh, made a career out of it.
Yeah,
another person.
Wow, holy cow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mostly do content for not-for-profits and charities, video content. But yeah, I've done everything from like music video clips to commercial work to whatever, you name it, I've done it. I've worked on a couple of full features, or indie independent films. I've never worked on like a Hollywood movie. I'll leave that up to you guys. And I teach twice a week to young people experiencing or at risk of homelessness, film and media as well. So that's my life.
That's awesome. This is good. It's funny because we've had other people on, like Presleak and everybody, that the stuff that they were doing in the RuneScape days, now they're doing that kind of stuff in real life. So it's good to see people kind of follow their dreams or their interests and make a career out of it. So that's great to see. Go ahead, Kyle. Do you have a question?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. We talk over each other all the time.
It's kind of our shtick
we had to cover that. Yeah, it's Discord's got a latency delay, so it makes it incredibly easy. And like our guests are always incredibly interesting, and like we both leap at the opportunity to be like, "Oh my god, what about this and that?" And like it's so difficult to not just like ask questions. And it's like it's a great thing. Like it's a testament to like how interesting you guys are. But like it's so unfortunate that we can't all be in the same room at the same time. So maybe sometime in the future when things are back to normal and we'll we're an extremely successful podcast, we can fly people out. That will probably never happen, but I'm just gonna act like it will.
We can have hopes and dreams.
Yeah. No, that's incredibly interesting. Like how did you make the segue from, and I'm always interested in hearing about this, but how did you make the segue from going from like RuneScape content creation to doing it as a professional career? Like, did you find that your RuneScape content helped you? Like, did you actually like show that to like potential employers?
Yeah, great question. So I've always wanted to work in film since I was little. And then RuneScape, I guess, was just like that segue into the industry, because I tell you this much, the film guys, so the production words come, god damn it, so early.
It's okay, no, don't worry about it. It's 5 a.m. We get it.
So JX obviously have their own video team, like video department, and they make all these videos. And I've met a lot of them. A lot of them are great guys. Some people don't work there anymore, but they actually, like when I was in high school, like I would watch these, maybe just as I finished high school, I was watching all the behind the scenes videos, and I actually took so many tips from those videos on how to do like really quick, like 1 minute, 2 minute, like testimonial videos. And so I basically started replicating like the JX behind the scenes videos for work. And when I got my first job, it was like very much based off RuneScape's like videos. And then I started making money off it. It was great.
Did you actually work for Jagex or?
Awesome.
No. So they would do like a behind the scenes video every like few weeks, like new updates or whatever. And I just the style. This is sounding really nerdy. Like just the kind of style how they create the videos. I kind of copied, but not RuneScape. I like made them into like client videos.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you just practice it. I mean, that's one way to do it. Is you just look at what people do and then just try to duplicate it. That's how you get good. Is you copy from people that know what they're doing.
No, that's awesome. I'm really glad that you made it work for you. You mentioned something that you were doing, and like I'm just personally interested in this. I think it's a great cause. You're doing some kind of videography for like at-risk kids for homelessness or something.
Yeah, man. So I teach, and like I'm a mentor teacher at a place called YouthWorks in Melbourne, and we teach screen media to young people experiencing hardship and homelessness. And the idea is we transition them into like work and make sure they've got housing and like making sure they're okay, as well as getting them into like production jobs around Australia. Wow. That's what I do weekly.
That's fantastic.
That's great stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
So for anybody in chat that's not familiar with Realscaperz, one of the main videos they do is like IRL videos where they're basically reenacting RuneScape stuff on their channel. And it's this great stuff. If you've never seen them, by all means, check out their channel. It's hysterical. They've done great stuff. I'm actually curious too about everybody, because you're kind of the face of Realscaperz. Everybody kind of knows Callum, but you've had at least 4 other people. I'm trying to think like names. Like I remember the days when your sister Meg was in it, and Silas, and you've got 2 newer people, and there's probably other people that are doing stuff behind the scenes. Who all has helped you with your Realscaperz channel throughout the years, and what are they up to these days?
It's a great question. So this is where I might get in trouble. I hopefully won't forget anyone.
Okay. I know you've had a lot of people on.
So we started the channel in 2012 because we basically, I didn't go to university. So I finished high school, went traveling. I was like, I'm just going to self-teach myself film and do it that way. And me and my mate Silas were like, oh, dude, let's start a RuneScape YouTube channel. That'd be really fun. But because I was behind the camera and like doing all the video stuff, Meg really wanted to be part of it as well. So we're like, all right, let's do it all together. And so originally for like a good year, it was just Silas and Meg doing stupid skits and stuff. And then eventually, Meg went into her dance career and started teaching dance and stuff, and Silas wanted to continue studying. And so they just kind of fizzled out, and I was like, oh, I want this to keep going. It's a lot of fun. So I met a guy called John who had this Twitter account called Iris Humor back in the day. Mm-hmm. And he would just like make these RuneScape jokes on Twitter.
That sounds so familiar. I have to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a legend of a guy. And so we started working together a little bit. Like he helped write some scripts and stuff. And then he introduced me to a guy called Ben, who was actually from Melbourne. So this is the first time in my life where I'd like met people online and then in real life as well. So like I'm talking to these guys from America, get introduced to a guy in Melbourne, and then like meet up in Melbourne. Like totally new territory to me. Like I hadn't been to like a Rune Fest. I hadn't been to like any of these things. And so yeah, Ben joined, and John joined from afar. And then from there, we kept at it. And then a few people have contributed to the channel all over the shop, with like voice acting. Even you, Excl, you voice act back in the day.
I remember one or two videos I helped out with. Hopefully people saw.
Maybe. I don't even know if it's still up there. I think for us, like because our like uploading is so random. Like we rarely upload, especially anymore.
A video like 10 months ago, and then it seems like just a video every couple of months. But at least you're doing it. That's better than I can say.
Well, I decided a long time ago, like I enjoyed doing it, and I work full time. It's impossible. It's impossible to have a YouTube channel when you work full time. You just can't do it. I would have, and like I decided that I'd rather pursue my film career and not hone in on a game I played since I was like 14. So
right.
I think I made the right decision. Maybe not.
Yeah, career. Yeah, there's kind of a big leap that you have to make if you'd want to do like YouTuber or something full time. If it's not a hobby and you want to make it like where it's actually paying the bills, you really have to like take a leap of faith and like put all your time into it. And it's such a time dump, and you have to hope it works out for you. You have to do lots of research, and it might be a few months where you're like eating tuna fish and tang for a couple of months. But
that's it. But Jason, I have to say this, a bit of a fanboy moment. Like your humor. So like when your video came out in 2009, I would have been in year 12, so like the last year of high school, and me and my mates got around it so much. Like you from that RuneScape Machinima contest entry, like 2-minute video, whatever it was. Like that got us hooked, and I think that was the first time I was considering making a YouTube channel. It was after seeing that video you made.
My apologies for take that path.
Totally, yeah, you're a bastard. I'm just like
Jason. This is the thing that I love, is that you are always so hard on yourself, and you think that like videos are really not that great, but every single time, and I seriously, genuinely mean this, every single time a guest comes on, they always cite you as like their biggest influence. And like seriously, like I mean that in like the best way possible, that I think that it is such a testament to the influence that you had on a lot of people, especially in the RuneScape days.
Yeah. Like
it's incredible, and like I think you just sometimes forget about that. And I want you to know, and I want you to be conscious of this, that like your shit was great. Like your shit was awesome, dude.
It was.
Like it seriously was. I loved your shit, but I was a big fucking fanboy, dude.
Yeah. I do like how you refer to it as shit though, so that makes sense.
See, you always find a way to spin it into something bad.
But I always say like I feel like I'm glad that I put stuff out there that people can watch and say, you know what, I can do better than this, and then actually went out and did better than that. So I'm glad that I was able to inspire people to actually make good videos and make great content and please lots of people, create lots of entertainment for everybody out there. So if I played a little part of that, then good. But
well, I mean, your content was the difference between like these really weird put together music RuneScape Machinima like music videos and some really poorly edited PKing videos, and then there was you, and I was like, whoa, you can play RuneScape and be funny. This is amazing.
Okay, so I had no competition really.
Oh, that's not what I was saying.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
No, I noticed that was the problem too, because I always was on the lookout for people that like made good stuff, because I always wanted to find people that could create good videos and put it out there. The problem was like I would get so many like emails and Facebook messages like, "Hey, check out my videos. I want you to like promote it or whatnot." And I'd look at it and it would be exactly what you're saying, where it's like a poorly edited, like some guy was just talking over top of them playing a game, and like they're kind of acting it out as they were doing it, or some like terrible Windows Movie Maker music video, and it's like, oh gosh.
Hello, Excl, can you edit this video together for me? I have all the voices in it.
Yeah, something like that. It was just like, oh man. So I love that. I just didn't have time to view it all. It's like I felt kind of bad because I wanted to find people like you and Kyle, is what I was looking for, and it was so hard to find it because I just didn't have time to view all these videos, and everything that people were sending me just usually wasn't very good. But sometimes you'd find a diamond in the rough, and you're like, oh, finally I can like promote something and make sure you like put it out there. That's what I was like promoting, like when the video contest came out, I said I voted for Bass's video, and I think I promoted Kyle's too, because they were good. It was good stuff. I was like, this is what people need to watch, is find guys like this and promote these guys. So
you you inspired the golden gnomes, right?
What's that?
I mean, if you think about it, like the Golden Gnome Awards, like I reckon your video inspired the Golden Gnome Awards because I'm pretty sure the following year the Golden Gnome Awards happened. Is that right?
Well, they had the. I don't know what the. We're getting some moderators on here in the next couple of weeks. I could maybe ask them how it actually happened, but yeah, I think they wanted to kind of get some of the content out there, and they knew like it was more like Cam, the noob show, where they knew he made good videos, and they wanted to kind of figure out who made other videos. I know some of the JMods were fans of mine when that stuff came out, but I don't know if it's. I doubt I was the inspiration. I think they just wanted a contest.
No, you were.
But
no, you totally were. You totally were.
I totally also don't have a golden gnome. You've got 2 golden gnomes, by the way, which I got to bring up. That's the mark of legitimacy.
Gnomes?
That's the mark of.
I didn't know that. Wait, what did you win the gnomes for, dude?
Real life videos.
So so we've actually done really well considering we've got like F4 subscribers. Because I guess that's the difference between like trying to go YouTube full time, or just trying to do YouTube for fun and do it as a hobby. So we won one video for the funniest video in like 2013 or 14, nice. And then we won this like golden gnome for this competition back in like 2014, 2015. And we actually got flown to JX. They paid for our flights to go over there.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So every time, so I've been to like 4 Rune Fests. I try to go every year actually.
Oh, how many have you been to?
There, been to I think 4 or 5.
Oh wow.
No, 4. Oh, 5 sounds like a lot. I reckon it's 4. But yeah, but every time I go over there, I go to JX and I make a video with them.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, they're so accommodating, and they've always been huge fans of our channel, and they've been so lovely to us. And even though we're not like, it's what's quite nice about that is because we're small timers, and like in the grand scheme of things, like we aren't like, why would they bother to invest in us? But they always have. And that's what's awesome about JX is that community based stuff, and like. Yeah, we're just a couple of dudes that made some real life RuneScape videos now and then every like 5 months. But they back it. They love it.
That's great.
That's great.
Then we could get into the RuneFest stuff too. What was the first RuneFest that you've been to? Because Kyle always brings up RuneFest, how it's just such a great experience for him as one of the better things he went to in life. When was your first RuneFest? What do you remember about it?
Yeah, so I think the first Rune Fest was the year we got flown over, which is a big flex. Like we thought we were kings. Like we got flown over. They put us up in the hotel. 2014.
We always missed the good ones. It seems like everybody started coming around 2014. We went to the early ones, and Kyle went to 2011. I went to 2010 as well.
Yeah, were you there when they flew out a bunch of like content creators to talk about legacy mode? Were you part of that group?
No, I wasn't.
Wait, what?
I remember that.
Oh, you remember that? Okay.
Yeah. But the last one, I was at the last. Yeah, Were you part of that?
Yeah, I know, but there were like a bunch of people I didn't like know at the time there. So like I'm like gradually finding out as we do these. I'm like, oh shit, you were there.
Oh, I met you before. That's who you were.
Right.
But the best Rune Fest was the last one, I have to say, which I was at. Because I got to go on stage and cook on stage with I was on stage with Will Missett, Nininator, and Skill Specs, and we were versing the J mods in like a cook-off.
Oh gosh!
Because some of the YouTube videos we've done are like these like in real life cooking videos, which is completely taking the piss. Like I'm literally throwing a pie at it. Like, I'm basically trying to replicate RuneScape ingredients and recipes and do exactly what it says to do.
Well, then you guys would eat them too. That was the best part. Is after you would make it, you would sit there and like try to eat what you would make.
Yeah,
I've seen some of those videos. Like, I think you've made videos of that in your channel, right? I remember it just very faintly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so when we were behind this, like behind the stage, the OH&S guy was like, okay, so you're gonna make these really messed up, like gave us really messed up ingredients, like toys and like lollies and just like stuff that you shouldn't eat. And the OH&S guy was like, don't eat it. Like, you're gonna make something that's RuneScape related, but you can't eat it. And then just before we were getting on set, the guy goes, actually, nah, you'll be fine. You could do it.
Oh yeah, he wants the content.
To eat it, and you must die on stage for us.
Tusty Macaroon is on my chat. He's saying you were turning green. He met you right after, and you looked awful, and you were turning green.
It was amazing. But so we're on stage for, I don't know, it was like 20 minutes. It felt like forever. I was just being a menace. I'm pretty sure 9 and 8 skill specs were actually trying to make something, and I just kept on like putting shit in a pan and just like heating. I think at one stage, a soft toy I put into, like, I was heating a soft toy with like eggs and like olive juice. I know, it was messed up. And then towards the end, I think we made a pie or something. We put some messed up stuff in the pie. There was like plastic and toys, and anyway, right at the end, the people watching the stream had to vote who won, the J mods or us. And apparently, my mate told me that as soon as I offered that I would take a bite of it if we won, if they had picked us, that I would do it. And so the entire like Twitch chat changed from like kind of like semi-equal to like completely us. And so because they picked us as the winners, I had to like take a bite out of this like terrible, like, it was horrible. It was like, I don't know, I don't really want to know what I consumed that day, but like it was not great.
I remember that.
Oh my god, dude. Well, was there anything that you've ever consumed from these recipes, or maybe that was the only time, but has there ever been anything that you've made from a RuneScape recipe that actually was like, oh, this isn't bad?
No,
you can say no, it's fine.
No, it's a perfectly acceptable answer here.
Oh man, I was gonna say some of the RuneScape food looks good in game, but
not so much when you try to make it in real life.
Not so much. Well, I want to drink the fucking gnome drinks, like the burberries or whatever.
Oh yeah, the alcoholic drinks. We should,
yeah.
Oh god, we should have done that at the Mint Hotel for RuneFest.
Drink. Oh shit!
So,
yeah, I didn't think about that.
If you actually follow the recipe in RuneScape, it's literally just a bottle of, like, some of them is just like a bottle of vodka and a bottle of rum with some berries, and that makes a drink. And so I'm pretty sure that So I've done a video where I've literally done that, where I'm literally just putting the like small bottles of alcohol into like a glass, and then putting the glass on an oven, like actually like heating it on like the stove top, because that's what it tells you to do. Yeah. No, it just burned the bottom of the glass.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're just making like a less good Long Island iced tea, and there you have it. You've gotten a cooking level.
That's it.
So I know you've done a lot of these kind of like IRL challenge things where you're doing exactly what you're saying, where you're cooking and then you're eating it afterwards, which is hysterical, by the way. I remember one where you convinced Meg that you had peed in a bottle and made it like a strength potion or something too.
Oh my god!
Oh no, dude! Oh, what?
I felt bad for her face, like turned like white. Like, oh my god, you didn't make me just drink that. It was so bad. I felt bad for her.
Oh yeah, fuck! I don't think she's still forgiving me for that one.
It was bad.
So the way we set it up, Carl, was so sometimes I would make mysterious like potions, and they would have to drink it and just trust me. And then it was like a sculling competition. And I made these Saradomin brews. And I put like vinegar, lemon, and water into like a vial. And I said to Sarah, so before Meg arrived, we actually shot this at my friend's house. before Meg arrived,
Yeah.
we made a fake video of Silas being like, "Oh, we're gonna prank Meg and pee in this vial." And so what happened was we left a full vial, like it looked yellow because of the vinegar, lemon juice, and I think I put a bit of yellow dye in there. We left it in the bathroom,
Yeah.
and I'm following Silas with the camera. He goes in the bathroom. You hear him peeing. He pours it into the toilet, and then he comes out of the door with the vial. So it looked like he'd peed into the vial.
Right.
And then so when Meg arrived, we're like, okay, drink these. Meg wins the sculling competition, but then afterwards we were like, Meg, we got something to show you. And so we showed that video of Silas peeing into the vial. So for a good 5 minutes, she thinks she's just swallowed like like an entire vial of his urine. And she's like, Callum. She's like, Callum.
Yeah.
She's like, this isn't okay. She's like, this is not okay. Like, this is too far. Like, you've taken it too far. And I'm like,
yeah.
And she runs to the bathroom to throw up. And I'm like, Meg, I'm sorry. It was a joke. It wasn't really urine. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. I actually felt so bad. Like, that was the moment where I was like, okay, maybe tone it back a bit, Cal.
Yeah. Holy shit. So, like, after that, like, after you broke to her or you told her that it wasn't piss, like, did she actually believe you? Or did she think that you were... Oh, she did believe you. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought like maybe she'd be like, "You're fucking with me still."
Yeah,
you're like, "Oh God."
Totally. She was in shock. She was in like actual shock.
She looked awful. She was like, her face was like just pale. Like, no, you didn't make me just do that.
Oh my God.
It was really fun for a while because I was behind the camera for so long. For Silas and Meg, I would literally just make them do weird shit. But I'd be like, "Hey, do this now."
Yeah.
Like, okay,
okay, for the views.
All right, content.
So outside of those, I was gonna get at is so you've made all these IRL like type videos. What would you say is kind of your favorite type of video that you've made for the channel? If I could just say, I can give you 1 million views every time, what kind of like videos would you make for your channel?
Totally. So, great question. So, unfortunately, the most viewed video that we have on our channel is like, it's not my least favorite, but it's so like, it's basically a BuzzFeed. It's basically a BuzzFeed video, which is like it's like a RuneScape explained by people who have never played RuneScape before.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I got a whole bunch of my friends that hadn't played RuneScape to describe RuneScape. And we worked with a really amazing artist called Legend Arts, who does all these amazing RuneScape. Yeah, legend of a dude. And he did all these like, so when they were describing the video, he would make pictures, like pictures would pop up. Anyway, hilarious, great video. But the videos I would make, even regardless of views, and I was paid good money for, that's the main issue.
Yeah,
is not having any money. I just like making the in real life like skits, like the in real life Iron Man series. I love doing that stuff. Like, so basically the in real life Iron Man series is me thinking I'm in Gillinor in real life. It's kind of a bit meta. Like, it's definitely breaking the fourth wall.
That's the perfect kind of videos to make, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, I'm a RuneScape character in real life. Yeah. And basically, like, he lives with this guy, and the guy is like, I don't know what the hell's happening, but like he thinks he's from Gillinor. Like, he's completely so confused about the guy that I play. And I'm like sitting on the couch, like fletching and like, yeah, just like ridiculous stuff like that. I love doing that stuff.
That's great. So you are doing like videography stuff for a career, and you're also doing it in your free time. Do you find that, we've had a few guests on that have talked about actually moving into like a professional career with what they love doing in RuneScape? And our last guest, Bum, or I think it was a couple guests ago now, was explaining that kind of trying to move from doing media in RuneScape, or videography, I should say, doing it as a career, it almost kind of killed his drive. Do you find that you still get like the same kind of passion, or you have the same excitement about doing video projects, or do you feel like you kind of keep your hobby projects separate from your professional projects?
RuneScape for me has always been this like kind of escape from, I mean, I think for a lot of people, we play this game to escape. But for me, like the other side of it was always video content. It never muddled for me. I was always like, if I was doing RuneScape videos, like that was my complete and license to be as creative as I wanted to be, and I could like act or I could do whatever I wanted to do. And it was like I wouldn't have to like try to get the approval of anyone. It's just like I'm going to make this because I think this is funny. So no, it never muddles. Like I've still got talking about old scripts, Jason. Before,
yes,
I have like 20 scripts. I have 20 scripts of like 10 machinima ones and then 10 in real life ones, like ready to go. Like they've just been sitting in the Realscaperz folder forever. It's just finding the time to do them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like I have a so funny enough, I got someone to make a cosplay of the old school Iron Man outfit, like the suit. So I literally have that ready to go. Like I need to paint it, but I have a full RuneScape for the first time, like full bodied outfit. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but the Iron Man series is going to come a whole new thing.
We'll have to look forward to that there.
Yeah, if it happens.
If it happens, yeah, I know how that goes. But you've so you say you're doing this professionally. Are you thinking about coming out with kind of your own movie or anything like real life type of project? Anything like that?
Yeah, cool. So I'm currently producing and directing it. So I'm mainly working like documentary work. So what I'm currently working on is a project called Lost Education, and it's about the inclusion of Indigenous culture within the mainstream education system. So it's actually looking at our First Nations people who have been here for 60,000 plus years, the oldest living culture in the world. And they've been, I mean, I'm not going to go too far into it, but they've been massively fucked over, to put it really bluntly.
Oh, well, absolutely. Yeah.
But even today, there's like, I mean, you talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, and the racial inequality in Australia is huge. Even though people go, "Oh, Australia is a fun, great country," but like, which it is, but also we've got a dark history, but also not just a dark history, but like it's a continuing. Like we've continued to kind of mess this up, and equality has not been reached at all.
Right.
So I'm basically, my documentary is about changing the schooling system and including First Nations culture within the schooling system. So therefore, like the main issue is like when we go to high school and primary school, there's no education around Indigenous culture. There's like zero.
Right.
And so we grow up thinking that Australia is a white country, which it is in a bad way. And so we don't have the appreciation or knowledge of the culture. And so my idea is to work with First Nations people to kind of create a curriculum to then teach the school, and then they're going to be the kind of like the test run, if you will, for this project.
Right.
So it's I guess it's kind of like a community-based documentary, but I'm interviewing a whole bunch of amazing like artists and educators that I've looked up to since I was a kid, like musicians, like incredible Australian musicians and stuff who've had a really big part in the Indigenous community. It's going really well. We've only shot one interview because COVID completely. We were going to film all last year, but COVID just took it out.
Oh man!
So
God.
Yeah. So we've only just started filming again, but yeah, my career is where I wanted to head, is like community based and not to sound lame, but like I want to change the system. Like I think we could live in a far better world than it currently is, and I think that starts at quality.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree and support that kind of project. That is seriously like incredible, and like I would love to check that out when it's done. And like honestly, I think we need that kind of approach. I'm sure we have in some media outlets or documentaries in America, because I remember when I was taking classes for like U.S. history, the way that we, natives or treatment of the natives was like, oh yeah, we gave them smallpox blankets and now the white people are here. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Well, what about everything else? What about all the cultures that we stripped from them? And how about all the other horrible things that we did? And we're like, oh no, we totally gloss over that. Seriously, I think that's a fantastic project, and I really hope that it has a profound impact on the way that those things are taught. How did you actually get started doing that project, by the way? Is that like something that like you've been wanting to do? Is that something that was like it came from someone else, or?
So for a really long, so I did some work for an Indigenous community organization, working with disadvantaged First Nations people. And so I went on this camp, and I was out in bush, and the Order tribe, and I was with all the elders and all with the young men, and all these young men have had a really tough upbringing. So like, either trauma, abuse, addiction, and the idea with these camps was like a cultural camp. So they like would try to like bring culture back into their lives, because some of them have either been taken away from their families or have had a pretty shit upbringing. And so I've seen this in the young people I've taught before. Like, culture is what saved them. Like their Indigenous culture is what saved them from turning sour. And I was sitting around this campfire. I'm like, this is amazing. Like all the stories and how they're communicating with these young guys, and they're like turning their lives around. But then I was like, this is amazing, but why? Hang on a second. Why are these young guys don't know anything about their culture? And I was like, okay, yeah. So they've been taken away from their families, but they've all gone to school. They've all gone to primary school and high school. Like, they don't know anything. And I'm like, that's so wrong. Like, yes, this camp is amazing and like incredible, and they should definitely be connected to their culture. But the other side of it is like, why the hell don't we teach this in school? Like, why are we so disconnected from this culture? And so that's where it kind of spiraled from. Was directly working with them.
Right.
That's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, I love that so much, and seriously, we'll have to follow up with you once you've got that like done and sorted, and things are back to normal, and you've like completed the interviews, because I would love to talk about that even more.
Hopefully, because there's a few people I actually want to interview in the States, because we actually would be looking to interview First Nations people in America too. Because I know that, like you were saying, Kyle, that there is actually like a really similar thing going on with your country as well. So hopefully, who knows? I might be over in the States when it's safe to do so.
Yeah. No, I think that would be awesome. Yeah, and I mean, I know it's they've probably done, and I'm making more of an assumption here based on things that I know. I don't know if it's necessarily still holding true, but I know that they've done a better job of preserving culture in Canada, a much better job than we have here in terms of Indigenous peoples. And like I even see it, like a good friend of mine, his father is like an actual like chieftain of like a tribe that's like still around today. And I'm like, I don't even know what that's like here in the States. Like, I feel like I hear about it more in Canada. So like, what? It makes sense. The U.S. is pretty god awful, especially when it comes to, admitting our wrongdoings and things that we've done in the past. So I think that we desperately need that help more. And like, I wonder if you do come to like North America, I would highly recommend checking out Canada. And I'd love to put you in contact with him if that sounds interesting too, because I'm not really sure what kind of people you're looking to talk to.
Absolutely.
If you come to the States, let me know.
Just curious, have you been to the States before?
So funny enough, I've only been to Canada.
Oh, what part of Canada?
Calgary.
Oh, Calgary. Wow, I lived actually really close to Calgary on the state side. I was just across the border in Idaho, but I never actually went to Calgary before. I heard it's a really nice place.
I mean, I did stop over in San Francisco airport, but I never left the airport. So
yeah. Not much there.
It still counts. Yeah, it's fine. You saw pictures of bridge. That's all you got to see.
Thanks for the follow, by the way, Callum.
Oh, that's okay. I'm trying to do something else now as well.
He's finally woken up enough to boot up his computer and pay attention.
It's 6:37. It's almost 7 a.m. You know.
Yeah. Well, you don't have the 5 a.m. excuse anymore, so I expect much more coherent sentences now. And so I'm curious, outside of RuneScape, what other kind of interest do you have? Do you have any other games that you play that you'd recommend for us?
Yeah. So okay. So my love for video games is kind of short. My parents never allowed me to get a console when I was younger. So she said to me, once you can afford to buy your own console, you can play video games. I was like, oh shit, okay. And so I saved up for an Xbox and like grew up with like Halo and stuff. But the current games I'm playing, during lockdown, I bought a Switch. And oh my god. So yeah, because I like pretty much RuneScape, Halo in high school, and that was basically it. And then lockdown was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a console, and it's gonna be great. And I was thinking about getting a PlayStation or Xbox. So I was like, I don't want to like get that too heavily into it. So I was like, I like Nintendo. I like Nintendo games. I'll just get something fun to play. And I got like hooked. As soon as I knew this was going to happen, as soon as I bought a console as an adult, the worst decision in my life, because I just got hooked on like so many different games.
No.
Yeah, but good, but also bad. Breath of the Wild is by far one of the best games I've ever played.
Nice.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I don't know. It's just one of those games that you can just... once again, that escapism, but like the soundtrack's beautiful, the landscape's beautiful. It's essentially just a puzzle game, but with combat.
Yeah,
and it's just like I remember in lockdown, and my housemate walked past, and I'm just like climbing up a cliff like face. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just seeing how high I can get."
Breaking the game physics.
It's really good. No, Breath of the Wild's great. My partner Taylor has that game on their Switch, and every time I go over, they're like, "Hey, because Taylor doesn't really play video games." From there, they're like, "I'm at this really hard part in Breath of the Wild." I'm like, "You need me to do combat for you?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right."
For Cal to step up and be the man of the relationship.
So nice.
This is a new meaning of being a hunter gatherer in modern societies. You're helping your partner get through hard parts in video games.
That's it. I actually know a beautiful couple that do a similar thing. Like she'll do all the puzzle bits, and they'll play together. She'll do all the puzzle bits, and he does all the combat, and they literally play together like that. It's so cute.
Dude, you're making me want to Switch like really bad now. Like I almost like just impulse bought one the other day, and I was like, I should save my money.
Do you have any
now
other
you're
console,
making me
Cal?
make what?
Do you have a console?
Do I or does Cal?
No, do you?
No, I don't have any console.
Oh, really?
I have an Xbox 360
PC,
that was
that's it.
I have a crappy PC and an Xbox 360, which I only have the Halo games, but I don't play it anymore because they're on PC. Here. Yeah, clearly. So maybe I gotta get one.
Yeah, I think you've had a very similar gaming experience to me, Carl. Like Halo and then RuneScape, and that's just about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's those are the two games I'm like, oh, when I need something more fast paced, I go to Halo. When I need to sit down and grind something out, I play RuneScape. I just go back and forth between the two.
Or that or crappy $1 Russian games on Steam.
Sure, yeah.
Those are the best though.
I've been playing a lot of I've been playing like weird games that I find on Steam on some of my streams, and it's just a blast because Steam will just green light literally any kind of game, and it is insane. Just the sheer amount of just things on there. Like, oh, okay, someone made a game about a Russian. You play as a bear in Russia. That's it. You are the bear.
Russian
and
bear
I'm like,
simulator.
Okay, great. Bear simulator. Yeah, that's a game.
Yep, green light.
Oh. So this might be a little bit late to the game, but I tried VR for the first time the other day.
Oh, how was that?
I feel like I'm such an old man for saying that. I'm sure everyone listening has either tried VR or
I've never tried VR, so but I am an old man, so I mean, there's that. But how
I tried it like once.
Yeah, so my mate got one from his work. He's an animator, and they bought them all VR headsets for Christmas, like because they did so well during COVID. And he's like, "Man, you gotta try this thing. It's amazing." And I'm like, "Oh," and I tried it on. It's really cool. And then he's like, "I don't know if I can say this on. Can I say this on?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want on the stream. Yeah,
say it.
Okay, because he was like, "Man, the porn on VR is so good." I was like, "What?"
Oh yes.
and so obviously so I was at his house with all his housemates, and obviously naturally I put it on and sussed it out for myself while everyone was watching it on the phone. Yeah. Oh, man. It started happening. There was a whole storyline, and then like I was watching it. I'm like, I had to take it off. I was like, this is too much. It's too like we're fucked as a society. Like literally, no one's gonna leave their bedroom. Like we're screwed. Like Ready Player One, that movie, I think that's what it's called. Like that's what's happening. The world is going to go into that, and no one's going to leave their bedroom.
No one's going to come. It's going to be the Matrix. Everyone will just be in their Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Like yeah, absolutely. And I don't blame them. Because I was watching it and I was like, wow. I mean, it wasn't super duper great, but like I was like, if this is what VR is like now, like wow, VR in like 10 years is going to be like, we may as well be in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is really cool though to see its advancements for like gaming. But when it comes to like shit like the porn on it, I'm like, this is fucking something. Wait, so did he did he show you like the porn like when you were with him?
So
he live streamed the whole session.
I imagine. Oh god. No, I watched it with like I guess I was with him and his housemates in a lounge room, and we were watching it together. So I was watching it through my experience, and they were watching it like on the phone. So I guess for the first time in my life, I watched porn with a bunch of friends. That was interesting.
I'm like, yeah, I like the thing I'm thinking of is like you're in this VR headset and you think it's just you in this world. So like naturally, I don't know, maybe you get a stiffy, and then you take off your headset, and then it's just a bunch of guys standing around you like, so what'd you think, dude? And like you're just like
crossing your legs. It was all right.
Crossing your legs, like it was all right. It was kind of weird. And then everybody else, it turns out everyone else is a boner. That's the joke.
Wow, we went from indigenous people to VR porn. That's the
VR porn. Yeah, that's the hard turns that we do here. That's right.
And naturally, so after I took it off, I was like, "Have you ever actually like followed through with doing this by yourself in your bedroom?" And he didn't say yes, but he was kind of like he insinuated.
Didn't say no.
And then I was like, and I was like, oh my god, man! I'm like, did you wash it? Like what am I touching right now? Like,
yeah. Well, what do you think? I'm fucking like
VR gloves.
You think it's landing on the headset? Yeah, no, I don't fucking wash that shit. What are you talking about?
I was like, are we using? Is it like a sock situation? Like when you're washing your hands, like, are you still have the VR headset on? So like at one stage you're touching your dick and touching the VR headset, and I just put it on my face.
Oh gosh, I'm definitely gonna upload this one to YouTube now.
You've got VR ball split in your head now. Oh, God, dude.
I'll do some serious editing on this one here.
I just want to make sure on this podcast we cover all things, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So do you have anything else in life that you're looking for? I mean, you've gone through kind of the documentary stuff. Is there anything else that you're looking to do, like any jobs or schooling or like trips to America or anything that you're kind of wanting to do?
Yeah. So I do want to do some more travel, definitely.
Where you want to go?
I want to go to the States when you guys have calmed down.
Calm down, everybody. Callum wants to visit. You guys need to keep it chill. Where in the States are you looking to go?
Everywhere. Like I want to do and I want to go to South America as well.
Oh,
I want to do like a good trip.
Anywhere in particular there?
Nice.
These are big areas that you're talking about.
Yeah. No, in particular, I'd love to take a year off and just do like a road trip.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm here. I'm so here for that. I've been wanting to do something like that.
Yeah, man, we can go on a road trip together and bring out VR headsets, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna play games, right?
Yeah, we're taking a road trip, but we haven't gone anywhere in 30 days. We've been spending in our hotel the whole time.
Yeah, well, man, I thought you were driving. We've been in the garage the whole time.
Hey, Carl, how's that Mario VR game going? Like, yep. It's going,
Mario VR
going great.
You're getting excited playing Mario there, buddy. What's happening? Well, hey, if you find yourself around the Midwest, let me know. I am probably not going to be leaving Chicago anytime soon, and it's a wonderful city. I'd love to show you around.
I would love that. We're actually, funny enough, Melbourne's just gone back into a 5-day lockdown. So we're stuck in our houses again. I've experienced 4 lockdowns. Everyone in Melbourne, because what happened was so Victoria's had 2 lockdowns, like 2 major lockdowns, and then I went to New South Wales once it started to clear up, and we were free again. And then I got locked out of my own state for like 2 weeks. I wasn't allowed to go home.
No. Oh man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I experienced that, but that was over Christmas and New Year's, so I missed out on New Year's and Christmas. And then I got home. So it's been like 3 weeks since I've been home, and now we've just gone into another lockdown. So the lockdowns are chasing me.
Yeah. Wow.
So don't come visit California because we're tired of lockdowns here.
Well, what's the deal with the states? Like, do you guys have lockdowns? Like, what's the?
It depends on the state.
On our end, it looks like you, right?
Yeah, because the states kind of have their own local governments.
Just going around.
Yeah, so whatever the state chooses is kind of what goes. So some states are a lot more rigid than others. California's been pretty much in soft lockdown for about a year now, but it's to the point where almost nobody's like doing. Everyone's just like, whatever. We're just gonna do whatever anyway. But
hey, it's like a lot of the local governments have kind of decided that the coronavirus is no longer there. They thought that it would be resolved within like the first half a year, but now like they're realizing that like, oh shit, the economy, we have to reopen things, and they do it anyways, even though that the strain from the UK, even like the one that's got like the highly infectious rate, or it's like it's even more deadly or something, even though that was found like here, like somebody tested positive for that strain, they're like, yeah, we're going to reopen restaurants and shit, because that's how Illinois politicians are. And, a bunch of other states have been like that too. So it's not great. Things are reopened and they really shouldn't be right now. Yeah.
Well, we like the laws here are really strict. So like we can't leave the house when we're in lockdown. We can't leave the house with masks off. Like we have to, we can be fined for not wearing a mask.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. That. But also that's also because, but look at the numbers. Like we don't have any case. Like I think at the moment Australia has like 20, 30 cases or something like active cases.
Like you guys actually took it seriously. Like we honestly, we should be being that strict about it, because it is hell over here. Like it is bad.
I love the flat Earth conspiracy theorists that think like Australia doesn't exist and that we're all actors. And I feel like the fact that we don't have we don't have any, like we have really low numbers in COVID cases. Yeah. And so just playing into it more, being like, they're making up that Australians have succeeded and blah, 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 bro. Like, like it's a whole conspiracy. They just want us to wear masks.
They want to keep you down, sheeple. Yeah, I can't. I didn't know that was an actual like facet of their conspiracy theories. Was that Australia was made up? That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's true. There's this guy on TikTok, like American dude, he's like goes on about the theory and like fully believes it. And then what's been happening? All these Australians have been replying to it, like duetting it, being like putting their normal accent on, and they're like blah blah blah, like what are you talking about, blah blah blah. And then what happens is when they put their camera down and they start speaking in another language, like it is a setup. So like all these Australians are pretending to not be Australian.
Wait, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, they're like, yo, bro, is that take good, or like, want me to go again? And then really good.
Oh fuck! I'll have to look for some of those on TikTok. See if I can get lost in a fake Australian LARPing TikTok.
It's so good.
So
oh man,
we're coming up on the top of the hour. Before we get off the podcast, is there anything you'd like to plug or want to announce for other people to check out? Anything like that?
Nah, just look after yourselves. And I don't know. I'm also working for this mental health company, doing some video content for them, and they've just released a bunch of like body care stuff for men, and all the proceeds go towards men's mental health programs. So,
wait, that's amazing.
It's called Stuff. It's STUFF. So stuff for your face, stuff for your pits, and stuff for your hair and body. And they're an incredible organization doing programs for young men, well-being and mental health programs for young men.
Wow, that's
to basically say, hey, it's okay to whip out the hammer and smash the nails, but the next day it's also okay to have a cry and talk to your mates.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. What do I have to look up? Is there a website for that? Like, do I just Google stuff and then
this is what's actually called website of stuff is the .com. Website of stuff.com.
Awesome. Yeah, I wholeheartedly support that. You are like so interested in all of the stuff that you're like. Seriously, no, you are advocating for like some seriously great causes, and like I think that's so fucking cool. Like out of RuneScape and actually wanting to help your community, and like I love it. I haven't heard of literally anyone else coming out of this game, and I think it's really inspirational. So I really hope that others who are listening to this can, are also taking note, and maybe they're feeling equally as inspired. So seriously, thank you for putting so much good into the community. I'm really excited to see that video documentary that you're working on, and we'll definitely support some of the stuff that you're working on.
Yeah.
So Jason, I want to kick it back to you really quick to talk about.
Thanks for waking up at 5 a.m. to talk to us and wait for Paul to take a shower and get ready.
Yeah, I appreciate your patience there. Seriously.
This was great fun. I enjoyed this. It's been a while since I've chatted to people on Discord and stuff, so this has been a nice break.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for the show, is just get people on and just have some fun, see what they've been up to, and hopefully have some interesting conversation. And it's been a lot of fun for me. Hopefully Kyle's enjoying it too, but I'm at least enjoying it. So next week, I want to mention that we've got Jimmy is going to come on the show, which is interesting because he's, I think, the first guy that we've had on that I haven't worked with in the past. It's going to be kind of somebody that we'll actually have to get to know on the show. And he's one of the biggest guys out there right now for RuneScape videos, RuneScape streaming. So I'm extremely excited to have him on. Be hopefully a great time talking to him, see what he's up to, and just chatting with him. The week after that, looks like we're going to have Mod Matt K from back in the day. He'll hopefully give us some fun stories. Poppy's been minding the old JMod people on her Facebook, and since she's got some people that have some fun stories that they're afraid to share, so hopefully we'll get some good stories out of him. So got some good people coming up, and we're looking forward to it. Kyle, you got anything else before we sign off?
No, that's just about everything. Seriously, thank you for joining us today, Callum. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you. And once again, thank you for waking up in the wee hours of the morning to talk to us on our dumb little RuneScape podcast. But no, seriously,
anytime. Actually, no, I take that back. Not anytime. Not anytime. We're not waking up this early again, ever.
He draws the line at 3 a.m. He cannot do 3 a.m.